This is a progression of your half kneeling groin stretch. So it's a half kneeling groin stretch with a rock back. So here, and then sitting back, forward. So we're just making it a little bit more active. The half kneeling groin stretch with rotation, in this case it refers to the femur. So I'm rotating my thigh. You'll see my foot rotating up. So I'm trying not to twist my pelvis. I'm just trying to rotate there. And then I can sit back and then rotate as well. And you can see I don't get quite the same range when I'm sitting back. This is a progression of your psoas activation. So first we did it without a bungee. Now I've just put a mini band around the instep of my feet. This leg stays down, this leg pulls up. But remember, that knee has to get above hip level. So down here, that's not high enough. It has to be up here. And no movement in your lumbar spine. So don't let your lumbar spine round when you do that. The side-lying T-spine rotation, I just put a med ball underneath my knee. I come here and I'm trying to keep my head in a good neutral alignment. You could even put a little foam roll underneath your head to support it. And I'm going to open up this way, but only as far as I can, opening up through my torso, through my thoracic spine. I don't want to get to this point and then just reach with my shoulder. You know, see how my chest doesn't really turn more, but I just reach with my shoulder. And then I come back. So I'll follow my hand with my head, open up, and come back, keeping my hips here. This is your super band assisted hip flexor stretch. So I just have like a medium super band tied around the power rack, and I bring this up right underneath my bum cheek, so it's kind of gliding my hip forward, and then again I just stay nice and tall in my torso, let my hips glide with it, almost tuck my bum under a little to feel a stretch in there. So I'll explain the jump rope I have in there. It's regular jumps, then high knees, and really get them high. Don't just do little, jog on the spot. And then it's shuffle, front to back, trying to keep your pelvis stable so it's not like twisting your pelvis, just using your hip joints. This is a tall kneeling cable chop. So again, you can use a straight bar to do this. You could use a rope. I'm just going to show you the single handle because I think that's what most of you have access to. I'm keeping my shoulders and my hips square. I don't want any rotation at this stage. So it's just going to be a pull to the bottom of your rib cage and a push across. A pull and push. Staying as tall as you can in your torso, and you'll be aware that muscles of your abdominal muscles, your hip muscles are all working together to stabilize. If you had a rope to do this, you would pull to here and then push that arm straight out. So that's how you would do it with a rope or a straight bar. You can see here I'm just putting my hand on the cable. If you put your hand on the cable though, you have to be careful that you're not going to pinch it in the pulley. So just be careful there. For the rear foot elevated split squat, the top of your back foot goes on the bench. You're going to keep that front knee pointing straight ahead and your chest up as you sit back in your hips. So when you come forward, you're pulling yourself up and over that front foot using your glutes. The back leg you'll probably feel more in the quad. That's fine, but you're really trying to use the glutes on that front leg. Let me just show you from the side. So see how I'm sitting back in my hips? My knee is staying roughly over my ankle and my chest is staying up. Some of you will want to fold this way. Don't. Stay tall in your torso. This is another core stabilization exercise that I got from Dr. Stu McGill. He actually studied it and found that the rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscles, are more active doing this exercise than they are when you do your crunches. He also studied and measured that there's less stress on your back when you do this exercise compared to crunches. So it works your abdominal muscles better with less strain on your back. So it sounds like a pretty good exercise, right? So this is how we'll do it. We'll start in a push-up position, have our feet a little bit wider, our hands a little narrower. We're going to take very small steps and slow steps out and then back again without our hips wiggling. So that's the key. You know, I could take big steps and go way out, but wiggling all the way. And again, I'm not sending my body the proper message of, hey, this is how you stabilize, this is how you use those muscles to stabilize. So take your time, go slowly, focus on doing it perfectly. I actually don't mind burpees at all. I think they're a pretty good exercise, but I think people do them wrong a lot. So when you do yours, I want you to think about coming down into a squat like that. A lot of people come down like this, a lot of lumbar flexion there. So come down into the squat, place your hands, kick out with a neutral back, kick back up with a neutral back, and then rotate into your jump. So don't let yourself round your back when you kick out and then kick back up. So when you do med ball rotary pass, you're gonna drive off your back leg, finish on your front leg, rotating your hips and shoulders around at the same time. So it's here, boom, and then find your rhythm, bring it back in, and drive them out, kind of linking them together like that. So you get the plyometric effect of absorbing and then exploding through on each repetition. But make sure you take your time and get your technique first, otherwise you can hurt yourself. So you do the box hop up, down, up. So it'll be here, and really jump like the box is much higher than it is, and try to get that full extension. Don't just pull your knees up to your chin. I think we maybe talked about that in the last one. And then you're gonna just step off, land, and then immediately jump as fast and as high as you can get. So you kind of have to find the middle ground. Some people kind of go there and they're fast, but they get no jump. So this is your agility ladder, lateral weave. So it's gonna be 2 feet in, 2 feet out, but staying in your nice athletic position, getting nice quick movements. And this time I want you to bring your shoulders right out of the ladder. Sometimes we can do it really quickly and almost leave our shoulders in, but I want you getting that lateral displacement, that quick movement, keeping your head up, your hands, you know, stable. Don't let them fly all over the place. That's your agility ladder, lateral weave.